Hey Geminis, Medicine here. I'm sorry, I just had this lovely image of your star consciousness, and it was absolutely wonderful. Um, and it was beautiful, and I might actually have to journey about that one because it was very beautiful. I might have to journal it. Anyway, um, we're here. Thank you for joining us in Circle this week. We're here to um, divine the message for all of you Geminis in the week of January 29th to February 4th. And we open up with the Ace of Wands. So there's going to be some great new passions coming your way, some new desires. You're going to feel renewed and motivated. There's going to be some new vitality there, some new being driven towards a passion, towards a goal. Um, a new fiery energy coming into your sacred space, my dear Ace, my dear Geminis. Some new fire coming in there, some new fire in which to work with, and you get to be the bearers. Ooh. What I'm seeing here is I'm seeing that perhaps this new fire, be it new for you, and sometimes we're not used to how to deal with things, and so I'm wondering if perhaps this might be causing one to not being able to manage things. There's some sort of blocked energy there in managing things. And that kind of, that kind of comes with the territory because, the Ace of Wands, this fire is new energy. So it's a new focus, it's a new passion, it's a new, and sometimes that can cause this to happen, where we're no longer focused on whatever it is that we've been managing before, because we got all this new flair going on. It's just like, sometimes it's just, focusing on wanting to manage whatever it is that we do have now is taking a back seat here at the moment, it looks like. And then we get the Three of Cups. So there's perhaps supposed to be a celebration, or supposed to be some sort of gathering for you that perhaps isn't going the way you intended it to go. Perhaps you're not getting people there that you really truly connect with, the people that you really wanted to see on an emotional level. Perhaps you're getting kind of the opposite of that. You're getting people there that you really don't connect with. You're not really there on that subconscious level like that with them. And or perhaps a celebration could just not be happening at all because it just doesn't become your focus. It seems like because you get this new drive and this new passion here, once again, like managing something, it seems like this just doesn't become your focus. Maybe your focus is kind of fluctuated and shifted a little bit going on here. And then at the end of the week, we get the Chariot. And so the Chariot is kind of wanting to bring it all back together and kind of saying, okay, how can we focus in on how can we become unanimous? How can we unite and remain steadfast at the same time? How can we keep things moving and keep things steadfast at the same time? And so there might be some emotional wrap up that you do, a moment towards the end of the week where you kind of have like an emotional wrap up where you're kind of like getting, you're kind of resolving things. Resolving things is kind of a word that comes up. A resolution is kind of coming up where it's like, okay, you felt this new flare of energy. You kind of fell to the wayside on what was going on, and that might have stopped something, might have halted this from happening, and you're having to start to now think of ways in order to kind of make up for that celebration or that gathering or that get together with that someone that you've been wanting to see for a long time, hadn't seen for a minute, and you got this totally cool connection with them, or even someone you just haven't connected with in a while. That didn't happen, and so at the end of the week, it's like, okay, how do I remain steadfast? How do I remain steadfast within myself to keep things moving in the direction that I want to keep it moving. So that's kind of the universal connection there, is how do I remain steadfast within myself to keep things moving here on the outside? How do I bring together these opposing energies, the yin and the yang? A lot of times with the Chariot card there, you kind of get this yin-yang kind of thing going on with two opposing energies on the side. So how do I bring together the opposing energies to make them harmonize with one another to move things forward in a good way? So for me, just straight across the board, that's what was coming up for me, for you Geminis. Do you know someone in your life, perhaps, that they're being a little bit tyrannical? They're being, another thing that could be coming up is someone could be being a little bit childish, a little bit brutish, a little bit self-absorbed, a little bit into themselves, and they're causing a lot of this ruckus to happen. Okay, so with the Emperor in reverse, someone could be very childish and tyrannical and stamping their feet, and this is just figuratively, of course, or it could be literal, but figuratively speaking, they're kind of stamping their feet and lashing out and yelling and screaming and being very tyrannical and just heated in anger, just very lashing out. And perhaps because this person is lashing out towards the middle of the week here, it seems like the gathering, get together that one wanted to have is not going to happen. How you perceived it to be is not going to manifest itself in the way that you were wanting it to be. It's not going to be as lovely as you were perceiving it to be, because there was just that time where it was just like someone it just threw things for a loop, if you will, and someone just came out and started acting really tyrannical and irrational and self-absorbed and just very selfish and bullying even, just reacting out in anger because they're not getting their way, because people aren't paying attention to them in the way that they want them to pay attention to them. So is that, that could be happening here towards the middle of the week. But whatever case, it seems like this energy is causing this to happen, where the chemistry, the connection, that you wanted to have between certain people, it just didn't manifest itself. And now it's like, okay, well, how do I, towards the end of the week with the Chariot, how do I gain composure? How do I compose this situation? How do I bring it back into center and keep things moving in a way that things need to keep moving? So these are some important questions to ask yourself. But this is what I'm kind of getting with this spread here. And the answer to that this week is seek beauty. Seek beauty. And I love this card. I love all the Nature Whisper Oracles, but I love this card. Look at her. She's looking all around. She's seeking beauty in all things. She's got candles here. She's got dandelions flying out of her hair there. She's got water going on in the back here. She's got flowers. She's got trees. Seek beauty. So the spirit of beauty wants to come in and work with you this week, my dear Geminis. The spirit of beauty wants to come in and work with you this week. She's saying, hi, how are you? I am the spirit of beauty, and I am here to show you the way. She says this is a time to reflect on love and to seek out beauty. Create memories. Take time to enjoy your experiences, celebrations, and special occasions. The recollection of happy moments will support you. Look not only in the world around you, but also within you. Seek out the loving qualities that you appreciate about yourself. Search for your own beauty. Look at yourself and the world around you from a new perspective. That's such beautiful words. How do I remain steadfast? How do I keep things flowing in a direction? I seek beauty. It's just, that's beautiful, and I do want to say that, working with this spirit, you can work with this spirit at any time, any day, any moment. You know, this can happen moment to moment. You don't have to necessarily meditate if you don't have time for meditation. You don't have time for journeying. Those of you who are shamanically inclined and know about that part, you don't necessarily have to meditate and have like a 15-minute session set aside. Although it definitely helps, and if you do find that you have that time and space, please do it. But I can easily say, I call to you, Spirit of Beauty. And right now, I feel her energy, her power just come in, just from me affirming that. I call to you, Spirit of Beauty, just to come into that sacred space, just to come into my auric fields and work with me, and while I allow her to work, you know, just that simple. I could be doing that when I'm washing my dishes, when I'm taking a shower, when I'm driving, when I'm walking, when I'm at work, when I'm meeting with friends. You know, in any moment that you remember, even if you just think of her, she's there. She will appear to you, even in your thoughts, your dreams, whatever that case might be. And I kind of say that because I know that a lot of us, we tend to kind of be on a go situation, and we don't really have time to, like, we don't think that we have enough time to sit and work and do things like that. But we actually do if we just allow ourselves. So I'm going to challenge you to allow yourself time and space to call in the Spirit of Beauty. Simple affirmation can work. Even if you just allow yourself 15 seconds. That's all you need. I didn't even take 15 seconds to do it. I call to you, Spirit of Beauty. And just like that, allow her energies to kind of sit with you and meld in with you. Right? And subconsciously know that you're accepting her into your fold. And consciously know that you're accepting her into your fields right now, into your sacred space. So that being said, I want to share with you an announcement. I'm currently working on a website, or it's kind of still in my head. I haven't necessarily put it out on computer yet, but it's in process of happening. It's going to be happening here pretty soon, because now I'm starting to get all these great ideas. And one of those is that I want to have a forum on there, where a week-to-week forum where we showcase the spirits, like the Spirit of Beauty, where we honor them, where we talk and reflect on who they are and what they're about, and we talk and reflect on how our relationship with the Spirit of Beauty has manifested over time. Now, this is completely optional. You don't have to do any of this, but the idea is there's two things happening here. Number one, it's creating a safe container in which we can all kind of reflect together on this spirit. And number two, I love to have this information to be recorded in my own personal private journal for using on healing work for others in the future. So when I say that, I'm not necessarily sharing stories that you guys reflect on or give unless you consent to that. But what I am sharing, what I am gaining from your stories are the insights. You know, I didn't realize that. I didn't think of that. I didn't know that. Those kind of things that are just super helpful, you know, in the future when working with spirit and working with how this plays out for people in the mundane physical reality. So I invite you to follow, to stay tuned, and I'll let you know when all of that kind of gets set up. I know that we can kind of do that thing here on YouTube, but I like to be very intentional in my work, you know, and this forum is going to be very intentional, and it's going to be very focused on that. And I feel like when you create that kind of matrix there, it sets that kind of energy, and it makes it more of a focused thing, and it makes it more intent for that, and so it tends to manifest itself better, in my opinion, when you give it that extra oomph kind of work. So you're welcome to join in on that. But meanwhile, feel free to work in with the Spirit of Beauty and allow her to help you seek beauty in all things, in all aspects of your life. That's the divine for this week. I hope that this medicine helps you. I've had a lovely time, and I hope you've had a lovely time. I hope you have a lovely week. Blessings. Aho.